Welcome, everybody, to That Tracks, the podcast where we track how many miles Tim has walked between Thursday and right now, and that is 30. 30
Actually,
miles.
is that
Yeah,
actually? Wow,
yeah.
nice. That's impressive.
And then we also track how many hours to. Oh, Nick, you'll be very proud of me.
Did you?
I got a solid 10 hours of sleep since
That's,
Thursday.
that's
I
awful.
am not doing good.
I thought you actually like slept last night or something, but
No, I'm
no.
hanging on by a thread. Last night
Oh,
was 3 hours.
dang, that's not good.
What do you want me to do?
Sleep?
Like, how? When?
Yeah, I know. It's an unfortunate situation because you've been doing Halloween Horror Nights until like the wee hours of the morning, and then
Yeah,
kids don't care about that. So then your kids are like, "Okay, we're ready to go,"
yeah,
and you just have to exist. So,
yeah.
well, we're gonna get into all of that. So, on this week's episode, it's not really going to be a news type of episode. It's mostly going to be recap, because the news that we have for you is what we've experienced, and honestly for me, it's very minimal because I mean, I have some things to talk about when it comes to food and wine, which we got to experience together for like 15 minutes
Yeah.
on Thursday. And
It was a good
then,
time.
yeah, it's great. And then Tim will have a lot to talk about in this episode with Halloween Horror Nights. It has officially begun, and he got to experience 3 nights, 2 nights.
No, I went 3 nights.
Oh, yeah, because you started Thursday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So he'll have a lot to talk about and a lot to share. I've seen a lot of coverage. I've helped edit some coverage for work. So I'm not totally ignorant when it comes to like the houses and like some of the context. So I'm excited to talk about it with you to get your like feedback on things. We text a little bit over the weekend, but not much because you've been a busy guy. So
Yeah. Yes, I have been.
Also, I wanted to point out that before we started recording this episode, I was on the other side, because usually, like, whoever logs in first ends up being on. And this is for people that are watching on YouTube. If you're
Oh,
listening,
yeah,
I'm
we're on
sorry.
Zoom, by the way.
This makes no sense. Yeah, yeah, we're not in person. I was on the flip side of this, and there were a lot of comments in one of our videos about how like it was abnormal that I was on. So I guess if you're looking at it on the right side, because Tim is usually on the right side. So
Mm.
I flipped it. Tim helped me. I flipped it. It was very simple, just for the consistency of things. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you guys like order and consistency when it comes to what side you're watching us from. So, um, anyways, sorry, excuse me. All of that to say, I just got back from EPCOT, literally just like walked in the door maybe like 20 minutes ago. So I'll have even more food and wine stuff to talk about. We got to go as a family today just for a couple hours. And
What's the
you
best thing you've eaten so far?
um that was on Thursday, and it's the bison from the I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna mispronounce the name. I doubt you made it over to this booth because I know what route you took. And
Yeah.
this is one of the new booths. It is over by I don't want to say it's by Journey into Imagination, but it's like on the walkway from Journey into Imagination towards
Art
like sh
showcase.
yeah. Yeah, so they have that new like seating area over there. It's like several picnic tables and some games to play, but
Yeah.
it's like branded now. They have a name for it. It is called Harvest Hollow. That is the whole like seating area. There's like signs and banners that say Harvest Hollow. There's like pumpkins around for
Ooh.
like decoration. It looks really good. Like I'm very impressed.
Sounds
Um,
like Halloween Horror Nights.
That's where your brain's at. No, it is not that. And it's cool because there's a couple of new food booths over there, but the one booth that the bison is from is called Bramblewood Bites. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
Bramblewood.
yeah.
Still look back at my Bramblewood days.
Oh, is that a thing? I don't even
No,
know. Oh,
no, no.
okay.
But I could make it a thing. It
Oh,
is a
yeah.
song, but he
Oh,
doesn't say Bramblewood there.
oh, okay, okay.
He says
Well,
Tanglewood.
oh, got it. Okay. Who sings that?
It's a good question. Give me a second, and
You
I'll
know who was
remember
at
it.
Epcot tonight and the line was pretty long? Was
Uh,
Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark McGrath.
I feel like that's like a 90s thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the band that used to be a hardcore band, and then they decided to, as a unit switch from hardcore to pop.
Tame it down a bit. Interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
and they did it. They got a song on the radio.
Now
They
they're
made
at EPCOT.
money. They did it.
Now you can eat to their beat. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, Bramblewood Bites, and it's the I guess we'll just kind of jump into food and wine. Although I do want to do High Dad soup before we start.
yeah,
Uh,
me too.
the
Let's do it.
grilled. Oh, you have some things.
Do
Uh,
it.
the grilled bison from Bramblewood Bites. It's with butternut squash puree, roasted mushrooms, and huckleberry gastrique. Is that how you say that?
Gastrique. Yeah,
Yeah. What is that?
gastrique is like a puree.
I was gonna say
I'm
it.
simplifying it, but yes.
The huckleberry on it, it was almost like a jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it's super tasty. It's delicious. It was the best thing that I had on Thursday. I did have some solid options tonight, but we'll get into that. Um, how are you?
Tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too. I have not been on the go as much as you, but I have been busy for sure.
I get one day off
What? Oh yeah, because you
tomorrow.
leave. You
Yeah.
leave. Yeah. Oh no. How are you gonna do this?
I don't know.
I don't know either. You're gonna be so tired running next weekend.
Yeah.
Do you run Friday,
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday,
Friday,
Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday. I hope. That's
When
that's
when
what I
do
think it is.
you when do you fly home?
Monday.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Yeah.
after Sunday after the race, you can like relax.
Yeah.
You better not just like go to the park.
I'm gonna go to the park. I have
You're
I have reservations for all the days.
oh, no. You're gonna be
Yeah.
so tired.
Well, yeah. But that's it. That's the end of my running career, so then I'll be good.
Your running career is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
then
done.
when you come home, it's not like you get to recuperate.
No, but I did.
Yeah,
Well, I have one more run when I come back, but it's not a real run.
it's like a fun
It's a
run.
fun run. Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So I'm just gonna walk it.
Yeah, that makes
I'm gonna
sense.
walk the 5K out there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
and then
Like a quick walk.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I don't think I can walk quick. I might just have to run it.
I feel like you're naturally sort of a fast walker.
I'm a slow walker naturally. I do
Really?
like a 20-minute 20-minute mile walking is
Oh,
my normal
jeez.
pace.
I feel like when I'm at the parks, you're not like dragging behind.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
walk fast. I'm constantly like I feel bad, but I'm constantly like a few steps ahead of Francie. Part of that has to do with the fact that like my legs are longer than her, so she has to take that many more steps to like keep up with me. But
Right.
I have to like mentally tell myself like slow down.
I do that same thing.
Do
I
you?
don't tell myself to slow down. I tell myself, Tim, you're being a leader. You're showing them where you're going.
Sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I'm like, all right, we're
Like
gonna lead the pack.
I'm forging a path.
Yeah, that's how
Maybe
I
it's a
feel
primal
too.
thing, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I also just want to
Like you're
keep going.
oh, I don't need to keep going. I just want to make sure that they make it through whatever crowd we're in.
Yeah, I do feel that way sometimes, especially if it's busy. And there were moments tonight at EPCOT that felt very busy. It also rained a lot tonight, so that was unfortunate. And it wasn't like a pouring rain, it was like a light drizzle, which is almost, in my personal opinion, more frustrating because usually in Florida, if it pours, it'll pour and then it's over and then you're fine. This just was like we're getting,
Nonstop.
yeah, but not heavy rain, just nonstop like drizzle.
Yeah. That is annoying.
Yeah.
I
Anyways,
didn't even notice that it rained today.
well, you had a busy day, I'm sure, like checking out and getting home and all the things.
I'm doing laundry so that I can then repack,
Yeah. Like specific
separating out the stuff that's for the family versus the stuff that I just need by
yeah,
myself.
specific Halloween merchandise too, because you're going to California and
Yep.
you're going to be doing, are you doing Halloween Horror Nights at Hollywood?
No, because the
Okay.
opening day is on Thursday.
Oh, the day of the run.
Yeah, well,
Or
no,
the
the
day
day
before the
Friday, yeah,
run.
the day before. So I'm
Yeah.
not
Oh
gonna
yeah, we
like
talked about
stay out
this.
till 2 and then wake up at 3 to go run.
You should have
That's
just done
no.
it.
What the heck? You heard it here first, folks. Nick is trying to kill me.
I know people with springtime surprise, not this past year, but the year before that, where it was the same weekend that Taylor Swift was in concert in Tampa. And so they would go to the Taylor Swift concert and then like drive to Orlando and then basically like get ready to run because the concert would end super late. And by the time you got out of there, it was super late. And then they would just be like, all right, well, time to do my Disney race.
I thought about maybe doing it on Sunday, Sunday night, because I
You're gonna
don't
be
have
so tired.
anything. I know, that's what I'm saying. I probably
But if
thought
you
about
could,
it.
well, if you, I guess if you could like, it's just the problem is that how like Universal Hollywood is so far from Anaheim. It's not that far, but it feels far.
Yeah, well, if there's traffic,
Yeah, it's brutal.
but also that park is so big and you have to walk so much at Halloween Horror Nights out there.
Yeah, I believe that. Like you have to go up and down those like escalators, right?
No, you just go down once. Like there are houses on the, like you do all the ones on the top and
Hmm.
then you go down, you do all the ones on the bottom or vice versa. But then like to get to the houses on the bottom, on the lower lot, you there's not like you take a tram out there. You
Hmm.
go to the back lot. You walk from the lower lot down to the back lot
Oh, the
and then
houses are on the back lot.
mhm,
Oh, wow.
there's one behind Transformers, which I didn't go last year, so I don't know what they do with Super Nintendo World being there now. Because it was like it still probably has access to it. I don't know. If you guys do Horror Nights in Hollywood, let me know in the comments down below. But like, is that house still there behind Transformers?
Yeah,
But
I
all the
don't,
other ones,
I don't know.
it's wild because you walk down into the back lot, and there's a couple houses right there as soon as you get down behind the mummy, and then you just keep walking, and then you end up like back at the parking garage, which is on. It's like this huge circle that you make to
Hmm.
get back to the parking garage.
Huh.
It's like probably 2 miles.
That sounds exhausting. You don't want to
Yeah,
do that after a half marathon.
no.
No.
So I probably won't.
Well, that's okay. No, there's always next year.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah.
I'll be all right.
There's some crossover with the houses, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
a little bit.
Not a lot, but some.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
We got one of the houses that was there last year at
Yeah, yeah,
ours.
yeah. Monstros or whatever.
Monstros, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk about those things. We'll talk about
Okay.
food and wine. We'll talk about those things. Good teases, good segues. Let's start with High Dad Soup. Um, you go first. You seem prepared.
Okay, yeah. So Oliver has been singing more recently, and so we had a really fun family moment as like for all four of us tonight where Oliver will ask you to sing a song, and recently it's been Wheels on the Bus. And so he'll
Nice.
say, Wheels on the Bus, and then we sing it, and then he says, Mommy. And so we have to do the mommies on the bus go shh, shh, shh.
I love
And
it.
then he'll say Daddy, and then we have to say the daddies on the bus say I love you, and then he'll point at Jackson and he'll say Jackson, and then we have to go the Jacksons on the bus say, and then we wait for whatever wild noise Jackson makes, and it's usually blah, 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 blah. And so then we have to go the Jacksons on the bus go blah, 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 blah. And then he goes Oliver, and so we have to go the Olivers on the bus go, and we wait for him to say something, and usually he just kind of like copies Jackson, but like occasionally he comes up with his own thing where he's like
That's so
nah, nah,
fun.
nah, nah, nah. And so
Wow. Look at
yeah, it
him
was a good time.
developing into a little human being.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
he
so
started
cool.
doing sentences now,
I love it.
so
Wow.
he'll
That's
like
a big
say
deal.
like yeah. I don't remember what it was that he said, but it was like a 2 or 3 word combination that he threw out today.
That's very
And
impressive.
I
Do you
was
feel
like,
like
look at you.
he's like picking up on things? I know you don't like to play the comparison game and you shouldn't play the comparison because every kid is
I,
different. But I do think that second born children tend to pick up on things sometimes faster because they're watching their older like sibling do things. Do you feel like that's having an effect on him?
I think it's having an effect on his adventurousness
Oh, dear.
versus his like speech.
Okay.
So like anything that Jackson does, he'll do.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
Jackson will get up. We have this little slide that goes on the couch, and you like the top of it's on the couch, and then it like slides down.
Mhm.
And like Jackson will get up on the couch and he'll bounce on the couch and then just like slide down like that. And so Oliver will come up and like stand on the couch and then like jump down the slide. And I'm like,
Oh
or
dear.
he'll run up the slide and Oliver's trying to run up the slide. And I'm just like,
there's
Jackson,
certain
you
things that
gotta like,
Jackson can do that Oliver's not
yeah.
quite ready for yet. Yeah.
And even like when we run, so we do these like races around the house where
Mhm.
Jackson, um, he used to get, it wasn't rough, but he would like run up and like try to tickle Oliver while he was running, and Oliver was not steady on his feet, and so Oliver
Mhm.
would like fall down. And we're like, Jackson, you have to stop doing that. Like you can't
Yeah.
can't tickle him while he's running.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I made this. He wasn't Jackson was getting it, but he like couldn't quite control his excitement,
Hmm.
and so I had to like redirect it into Oliver was the judge, and if you get touched by the judge, or if you touch the
Nice.
judge, then there's a penalty, or
That's
you like
clever.
and so now Oliver can run with us, and Oliver doesn't feel like he's like the judge. He doesn't know that we're trying
Yeah,
to
he's just
avoid
having
him.
fun chasing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where I was going with that. What was I talking about?
Well, you were
Oh,
talking about the excitement that it was basically a way to deflect and defer.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there you go. And so
That's cool.
now,
Yeah,
but
that's fun.
yeah,
They
I
like that
forgot.
like modeled behavior of like whatever Jackson does, Oliver wants to do too. That's like I
Yeah,
mean, Luke and Ethan go through the same thing for sure. Whatever Luke does, Ethan wants to like match that energy. But they're the same age apart, right? How many years are
three
Jackson and
years.
Oliver? Okay, so a little bit more of a gap, but Luke and Ethan are 2 years apart. Um, I feel like as Jackson and Oliver get older, those things will be easier for them to both do
Yeah,
because Oliver will be more steady on his feet. So,
yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like Oliver's going to be bigger than Jackson.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That'll be cool. I'm
Oh, I have
excited.
another one really quick,
Yeah,
super
no,
fast.
go.
So we were staying at Sapphire Falls. That's how we were able to pull this whole thing off this weekend because
Right.
if we had tried to drive home every night, it would have been
No, awful.
even worse.
Yeah.
But um, during the day, yesterday, we went to the pool for just like an hour, and Oliver was playing. There's a splash pad out there, and Oliver was playing in the splash pad, and he was running around. And I don't know what it is in him, but he has this like wanderlust to just like he's like running around the splash pad, and I'm gonna go this way now, and he just like runs off somewhere.
They're
And
funny.
so I'm constantly like running after him.
Yeah.
But this one time he ran off and he went towards some chairs, and there was this lady that was like reading a book or something, and he like came up right here, and she's like, I was like, that's super.
she's been at Halloween Horror Nights too much.
Yeah,
She was
she
like
got Halloween horrored
that
by
was her
Oliver.
scare house.
Yeah,
Oliver's a scare actor.
and I was like, oh man, I'm sorry, ma'am. I
I
didn't
mean, I
mean for
get that.
my
If you're caught off guard and a child all of a sudden approaches you
yeah,
from behind, that would throw you off. So
yeah,
that's so funny. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys had fun. Sounds like you guys made some like fun family memories,
yeah.
throughout the weekend for sure. So
It's true.
cool. High dad soup for me.
I thought you had one.
Did I?
You sound like
No, I
you're
wasn't
like I
confident when
want
I
to do
said
high dad
that.
soup. I got to make
No.
sure I get it out.
No, I didn't have like a
Uh,
strong one. I mean, we've had a lot of fun this weekend. Football is back and
where'd it
I'm
go?
well, it takes a break for a while. So
No. What in the world?
So college football started, it technically started last weekend, but my team, the Miami Hurricanes, played yesterday and they had a big rivalry game yesterday. They played the Florida Gators and they demolished them. And it was great. And we were excited and there was just a lot of yelling. That's my high dad suit moment. Not only watching the game with the boys, but then afterwards we went outside and played catch together, just me, Luke, and Ethan. And Obi came outside with us, and it was fun because anytime that the boys would drop the football, Obi would pick it up. Obi's our dog, and he would like run around the yard, and it would turn into like a game of keep away. And like the boys cannot catch Obi. Like he is fast, he like jukes them, and so it was just like them diving all over the yard trying to catch, and just a lot of fun and a lot of laughter. So it was good.
Well, that's good.
It's a fun time, and also I know that you don't care about this, but my Miami Hurricanes looked very good, and I'm very excited. So,
Well, what's their mascot? A crane?
he's an ibis.
An ibis?
Yeah. How did you know
Mm,
Crane? You were close there.
yeah. Bin chicken. The why are they called the Hurricanes if they're why is their mascot an ibis?
So the ibis is the first bird to return to the area in which a hurricane just went through.
What?
Like when the animals come back after a hurricane because they all leave, the first bird to return is the ibis. So
Okay.
that's why they picked the ibis. I mean, what were
Well,
they gonna do? What was the hurricane gonna be? Like a big like
a
giant
hurricane.
giant gust of wind.
Why don't you just pick it? Why aren't they called the ibises then?
Well, the Miami ibises.
Yeah, it's fine.
Uh, I feel like I love it. I like the setup.
Okay. I'd like to fact check it.
Really? About the
Yeah.
ibis? I mean, that's what
About
I've
the
always been told.
yeah.
Um, well, whilst we're communicating, I'll make sure to look that up to fact check it. But
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think it's probably what the internet is going to tell me as well. But yeah, that's what the mascot was always explained to in that way. His name is Sebastian.
Sebastian, the first to return
Is
after a hurricane. Sebastian.
um anyways, we beat the Florida Gators though, and it was a big deal.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
Proud
so
of
it
those
says
guys.
it's a legend. So maybe this isn't science, but it says legend has it that white ibises are the last bird to leave before a hurricane and the first to return after.
They sound lazy.
What? Why?
Cause like, get out of there. What are
No,
you
they're
doing?
like making sure everybody's okay. And then they're
Who are they
like,
making sure is okay? They're
everyone.
all gone. Everybody's gone.
They're like, okay, everybody
You're
has
the only one.
officially like evacuated the premises. Okay, great. Now we can finally leave. And then they come back and they're like, let's just make sure that the area looks okay, looks good. All right, you guys can all come back now. That's not
Okay.
lazy. That's protective.
All right. Where do they go? Where are they going?
I mean, where do all birds go during a hurricane? I don't know.
Hmm.
I've never really paid attention to the fact that like when a hurricane comes through, I need to pay attention. Do I see birds flying around?
Right?
I don't think I do. I mean, usually no. Usually like there's not a lot of animals around.
Yeah. I've never
Paid
looked at
attention.
this.
Yeah, we need to do that next time it happens. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'll
I'm not like
make
wishing
sure.
for a hurricane to come through or anything, but maybe like a and what to what degree of hurricane, you know? Do they
Yeah.
know? Do they say, hey, it's a cat one, we're fine? Like,
They're like, it's just like mildly windy. Let's
it's fine.
ride it out. Because I have seen video footage of sandhill cranes in a hurricane, like
Okay.
standing there, and they like point their bodies in the direction of the wind as
So
if they
that
were flying,
oh
because they're aerodynamic that way.
yeah, yeah.
They don't have their wings out. They got their wings tucked in, but
Huh.
they're facing forward.
Huh. Interesting.
There you go, Miami.
Should have been the Sandhill Crane.
Checkmate. Yeah, they lasted through a hurricane. They stood it out. They didn't leave like the
Whatever.
cowardly ibis.
Cowardly, I guess.
Let's move on to theme
Don't hate
parks.
on my team. Yeah.
I'm not hating
This
on your team. I'm
this is
hating on
getting
their
out of control.
mascot.
Yeah, well, that's the same.
No, it's not. The mascot's not playing football out there.
I take personal offense. I love Sebastian. Don't diss him. He's the
Okay.
best. You should come to a game with me.
No. Mostly because it would be in Miami, right?
Yeah, that'd be fun. Road trip together. We could record a podcast on the way there.
Man, I really dislike driving.
But I'll drive.
Okay.
I'll
Can we
drive.
take the train?
Sure.
Does it go down there?
Yeah, it goes to Fort
Okay.
Lauderdale at least, and the stadium's not far from Fort Lauderdale.
Let's do it. I'll take a
Uh,
train.
okay. Why not drive?
I don't know. Isn't that I can get up and walk around in a train.
You
I
can
can go to the bathroom without it
escape my
stopping.
conversation.
No, it's not you. It's the space,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know?
that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. I'm serious. I have season tickets, so just let me know.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
All right. This is
In
gonna be fun.
January.
Season's
Is
over.
that what does this season last?
It
Like a
goes
two
till
weeks?
like end of November.
What wait, hold on.
Yeah.
College football
Yeah. So
lasts
it'll
from
go through the regular
September
season
through November.
to the end of
It's
November. And
2
then,
months long.
well, yeah, September, October, November. So 3 months.
3 months.
And then you'll have like bowl games in December. And this year, this is a lot of sports talk, but this year, college football is going to a 12-team playoff system. So we'll have the playoffs and then we'll have the national championship, which usually that happens like the bowl games go into like New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And then a week after New Year's is usually when the national championship game happens.
So wait, they play for 3 months and they take a little bit of time off,
Yeah.
and then they play the finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Pretty
Who
much.
came up with this? What in the world is happening over there with football? Why don't you
Well, they
guys
have to
just
like they
play
have to end
and
their
then when?
semester. They're like college students. So the end of November rolls around, the regular season is finished, and then they have finals and they've got to end their semester, and then they have Christmas break. So Christmas break, during Christmas break is usually when the bowl games start to happen.
Okay,
But the
so they don't
NFL,
even get to go home.
some of them don't.
Man, college football.
It's dedication. It's they're
That's
preparing for
not.
their
That does. But
career.
how many? What's the percentage out of college go to the NFL?
You
Two?
so the percentage is low and you just give up your dreams?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't. It's not the football players that I'm mad at. I'm
You're
mad
mad
at
at
the
the system.
system.
The system
Let them
sucks.
have their winter break. Go home and eat
You
some
think that
turkey.
the national championship should happen before winter break?
Yeah,
Oh.
it should happen right after the season. There should be no break.
Well,
They should
so
play
it's
the
like
season,
well,
and then
it's
at the end of the
staggered.
season,
The beginning of December usually is when um you have conference championships. So like the first weekend in December is conference championships. And then after that's over, then they'll know who like what the final rankings were. And then with the final rankings, they can like sort teams into the appropriate bowl games. Because there's
okay.
tons of bowl games.
What are these bowl games for?
Just
Exhibition?
some of them. Some of them are just like,
Put
you
those
know,
after the finals.
yeah,
Put
that's
those
fine.
over over winter break.
I also think it's somewhat of a networking money grabber because like that's how people spend their New Year's watching college football.
Okay.
You know, they
All
have more
right.
time.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's all about selling
Money.
commercials.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like college students now can profit off of college football. Like athletes can make money for themselves, which is a big deal. So they're not hurting.
Okay,
I
good.
mean, they're tired and I'm sure they're exhausted. And the for a college athlete, like the schedule is super demanding. But, they want it. They want the to chase after their dreams. So
So wait, so college football players are making money?
they can now, yeah. I don't know like the details of everything, but they're able to like work with different companies and different organizations in order to sell ads for themselves.
Okay. How
Yeah.
about the college bowlers?
Like the bowl games.
No, the bowling
Oh,
team.
like bowling athletes.
Yeah, are they
I'm sure
making
they
money?
can. I
They
think probably.
can. They're allowed to.
Yeah, I think it's like a NCAA like college athletic association like law that changed that allows college athletes to make money for themselves, which is good because
But it's not the colleges that are giving them money.
no, like they get giant brand deals. Like I just saw like a Florida Gator did a thing with like Mercedes and they gave him a Mercedes and I'm sure he made ad money off of the Mercedes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. This has been your college football talk with Tim and Nick.
Oh, it's a cool little learning moment for you. And for anybody else listening, who cares? We will get into theme parks now. So,
Okay, let's
but
do it.
I'm excited. And stay tuned because Tim and Nick take Miami
Oh
happening
yeah, we're gonna go watch football.
happening
Can
this
we talk
fall.
to the players?
We sit very close, so sure.
Okay.
You could also maybe get like you could get some good food.
Okay. Like at the stadium?
Yeah.
At the college stadium, they have good
No,
food?
it's not at a college stadium. Miami doesn't play in a college stadium. They play in the NFL stadium that the Dolphins play in. It's called
Oh, okay.
Hard Rock Stadium. It's very nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And they have really good food but I like to eat before I go to the game because there's really good Cuban restaurants down there. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We should
Anyway,
just go to Cuba real quick.
it doesn't work like that.
Oh,
Interesting, as a Cuban American, my grandfather always had a really hard time with the idea of any of us ever going to Cuba.
Why is that?
Just because life down there for some people is very hard.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we won't get into that entire conversation, but yeah, it's a hot topic within a lot of like Cuban populations, whether you
Okay.
go back or not. So, um, but anyway, theme parks. So we'll start with food and wine. We got to see each other Thursday. First day of festival is always just pure chaos.
Chaos. It's a
Yeah,
mess.
it is. But it's, it's fun though. There's an energy there. People are excited. There's obviously a lot of influencers that are out and about at the festival. There's bloggers, there's vloggers, there's everybody. Everybody's going to try all the new things. And with that, a lot of people are excited to see some of their favorite vloggers, and Tim is a favorite of many. So he gets to meet a lot of people. And I got to meet a lot of people this week as well, which was really cool. I love it. I love getting to stop and like talk to people. I know that like you were like on a time crunch, so you were like rolling through the festival as fast as you could because you had to be at Universal that
Yeah.
afternoon. Yeah. So what did you, I know, so you and I talked some. You got to see the merch. Did you get to go to
Yeah.
Communicore Hall?
No.
Okay. What did you get to do? We saw each other
I
at Brewing Lab.
Yeah, that was my second stop.
Okay.
So I did well, third, I guess. I did merch, looked around in there. Then I went over and waited for the booth to open, Flavors of Fire.
Right.
Got my little vegetarian vegan burger there that was so
The
delicious.
Yeah, the Impossible Slider. I tried it tonight. I tried both. So Flavors of Fire, first of all the food booths open at 11. Um, and then Flavors of Fire is kind of across from Test Track, but also closer to Creations.
Yeah. And so that's
And
what I got first. Got
you
that
liked it.
burger. Yeah, that's a new item for I only had new items.
Yeah,
It's a new item for this year.
it's so good.
Then yeah, it was delicious. It was like salty,
Yeah,
lovely.
it didn't taste like an Impossible Burger. It tasted like a regular. I preferred it over the regular burger that they have there.
Yeah. A little bit easier to eat.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Then I went into Brewing Lab and I got those horrible chicken wings.
I tried them
Those
later as
dang
well.
things.
They
Did
are,
you?
yeah, they hurt.
Yeah, it's brutal.
My mouth was numb for a while afterwards.
So let me ask you this. Why are people doing that?
I think some people like them. So I was there with work and there was a group of us and we posted a reel of all of us like, this is me before trying the Carolina, whatever, Reaper wings or whatever. And one of the people on our team, she like enjoyed it. She was like grabbing the basket after we got done trying it and recording and like finishing them before we threw them away. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I mean, I guess like some people are like super into it, but I have a pretty high tolerance for spicy food. Like I like spicy food. These were they were
Yes.
great at the first bite, and I watched you try them as well. First bite, solid. Like it doesn't it doesn't hit until a little bit afterwards. And then once it does, it's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There you go. Then I had went to the Mexico Pavilion, the
okay.
Mexico booth.
Hmm.
Delicious. Everything at that booth was new. Oh, I should mention that those hot wings at Brewing Lab, they said were new, but they were on the menu last year, but I think they changed something about them, so they call them new when they do that.
Yeah. I think they
So
added the Reaper pepper or whatever.
it was either that or the white sauce that was on
Oh,
it.
okay. Okay.
And then I went to the Mexico booth and I had all there was one thing that had shrimp in it that I think I didn't have, but everything at the Mexico booth was new. Flautas, amazing. There was the dessert item was cornbread
Oh,
with chocolate.
that sounds tasty.
It was good. It was the moistest cornbread I've ever had in my life.
I thought about getting food from there from tonight, and they have a new margarita that I want to try. I
Hmm?
enjoy an occasional margarita, and they have a mango margarita. It looks pretty tasty, so I might go back and try it eventually. Good
Give
to
it a
know.
try.
Good to know it was good. Mexico usually comes through with their festival food.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
That's like the most solid booth
I agree. That you
at the food
usually can't
festival.
go wrong there.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I made my way to China. They had a duck bao that was new.
Oh.
and that was good. It was like the way that I described it was that if you had bacon that was made from duck,
Okay.
that's what it tasted like, but it was like a
Interesting.
thick cut of meat. So
Interesting.
crispy duck bow.
Huh.
It was good. Like I liked it.
What's the
Like
difference between bao and a steam bun?
the shape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So bow is bun. It just means bun.
Right.
So it's like
Okay.
a steam bun is just steamed in the pod,
Okay.
and then
Interesting.
a bow is a steamed bun.
So it's about the same thing.
Yeah, it's just the shape. Like
Okay,
when
cool.
you hear bao bun, you're usually thinking of like it looks like a little taco.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, now I
But
see
if
what
you're
you're
thinking
saying.
of a steam bun, you're thinking of
Round.
like the thing from Satuli.
Yeah. So I asked that because I went to Japan and had their new chicken teriyaki steam bun. And when you said that, I was like, what? Why? What's the difference? So,
Yeah. So
anyways,
they're I'm sure there's probably like slight differences, but like they
yeah,
taste
very
similar.
similar.
They're both steamed. They're
Yeah.
both chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soft. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Then I went to the
Yeah.
African outpost, the
Refreshment.
refreshment outpost.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
then I had three things there. I had their spicy impossible sausage, the peri peri sausage, which I didn't think was very good. Like the spice, like the peri peri flavor was good, but the actual hot dog itself was not good. And then I
That's a
had
that's a bummer.
I had the curry there.
Oh,
Curry
okay.
was ridiculously good.
No, that's good to know.
And then there was like a dessert there that looked like a giant zebra dome, and it was good
Oh,
too.
that's what it was. Okay, so the Lost Bros went and they were posting about something from there, and I was trying to figure out what it was. Like today, when I was walking around Epcot, I was like, I couldn't remember what it was that they were getting. It's because Cody loves zebra domes.
Yeah. And
It's
this
basically just a giant version of what you could
it's
get
a
at.
giant version of what you get at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Sweet. Cool.
And then I ended out my day just shy of the America booth
No, I wondered
in
if you
the
made
Italy
it.
booth.
Oh, you
No,
didn't get.
I had already worked out that I was gonna do all those hot dogs with hot dogs at Disney.
I saw him walking around and he told me I didn't fully understand whether he had said that you guys were able to like because I saw him in passing. I was in line, I think in Japan actually. And I couldn't figure out whether he said that you guys did get the chance to go there together or didn't. But
No, we not yet. We're going to.
okay, cool.
But I did see him as well. I saw him at the Mexico booth.
Oh, there you
And
go.
then I yeah, I stopped at the Italy booth and got the nachos.
What did you think?
Oh, they were bad.
Oh, see, I liked him.
They're okay. You have to with the Italy booth, everything always has a grain of salt
Uh, yeah, 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 yeah.
because the Italy booth upcharges higher than any other booth.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
No, neither do
So
I.
like those nachos, which were just uh, uh meat sauce
Yeah, yeah. Very
and
greasy.
cheese with
Yeah.
fried noodles
Yeah.
for 9.25.
Yeah. Pretty ridiculously expensive.
Right.
But I did enjoy the flavor of them. Although the meat sauce mine was very greasy.
Yeah, it leaked through mine.
Ugh.
But yeah, the ragu was good, but it needed parmesan. Put some parmesan in there. They had mozzarella on top, but you put some parmesan in there, give it a little bit of a bite, and then, the the chips needed salt. But because
Yeah.
they were noodles, there was no salt.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I have seen a lot of backlash. I feel bad for Italy because I feel like they just miss.
That's it. You can always count on two things. The Mexico booth is
Mexico being
good,
good.
and the Italy booth is bad.
I
I don't get
just
it. I don't understand why it's bad.
I don't either because it shouldn't be. Like, and I think that they
Like all you
try
have to
too
do,
hard. Just put some pizza out there.
not even that, just like make the thing. Make spaghetti.
Yeah.
And like Like,
I agree. It really shouldn't be, it should not be that difficult. And it's sad
right.
because the food in the Italy pavilion in general is very good. Like the pizza, I finally got to have a few weeks ago the pizza at
Via Napoli.
Via Napoli for the first time. Side note, major difference between the Via Napoli pizza inside of the restaurant and the pizza at the pizza window.
Yeah.
Inside the restaurant, so much better.
Yeah.
I think it could be one of my favorite pizzas on property for sure.
Which one did you get?
We got two different kinds. I think we got just like we got a cheese one that had like a white sauce, and then we had another one that
Yeah.
had like meat. I like a meat lover's pizza.
That cheese one
With the
was
white
good.
sauce. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very tasty.
They
Ooh,
also
now
have
I
one
want
that,
pizza.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What time is it? When is it too late to order a pizza? Is 10 p.m. too late to order pizza?
I mean, it depends on what time the pizza place closes.
I think I'd get really bad heartburn, so I think I should
Oh,
avoid it.
yeah. I think
Um,
for your body, it's probably too
yeah,
late. But I was
yeah,
like
we're
trying
done.
to figure out if it was too late for the people that are working.
I think they close like super late. I think it's like midnight or something. So I
Depends
think it'd
on
be
which pizza place. Yeah.
well, like
Like a Domino's?
we usually order from Papa John's.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they open late.
Yeah. Anyway.
And that was where I ended my food and wine.
Okay. So you never made it to America. Did you just turn around there and then come go back?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you
Because I
didn't like
had to get
walk
out of there.
around. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. So food in mind for me, I was working. So we were just like we kind of like powered through. I did go to Communicore. In Communicore, they have added merchandise and then they opened up two like they almost look like concession stands. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm bummed on Communicore. I am generally a very positive, optimistic person about a lot of things when it comes to like new things at theme parks. I wanted more from Communicore. I'm not gonna lie.
I still haven't been in there.
It's just I just envisioned it to look so different, and I don't know if it's because like the original concept art got into my head and like that's where I was leaning for Communicore, but like it is nothing like what that concept art was. And when it first opened a couple of months ago, it was very bland. And a lot of people said, like, let's just wait until like the festival starts. Let's wait to see what this is like once it's utilized for a festival. I'm not gonna lie, it is not being utilized in the way that I think it could be and should be. Like, there's merchandise in there, sure. I, I just don't think that I don't know that they can do much with it because of the way that it looks in there. It's so bland. You've been inside of Communicore before, right?
The old one, I haven't been in the new one.
Like before, you haven't been in there since it reopened.
Yeah. I've
Not
just
even like
walked.
food and wine, like just in general, you haven't been in
No,
there.
no, I haven't been inside.
What the
The only
heck?
thing that I've done is I looked at the Encanto stage, and that's it.
Oh, you got to go inside. I mean, you're gonna have a different. You won't be able to compare it now to like what it was before the festival started, but um, I don't know. It's underwhelming. The booth in there, the food booth in there is Macketizers or something.
Macketizers.
Yeah, it's all mac
It's
and
all
cheese.
macaroni and cheese.
It's interesting because like we've had a mac and cheese booth before at Food and Wine, and it used to be over by Coastal Eats. I don't know if it was Food and Wine or maybe it was a different festival, but these mac and cheese like dishes, I've had them before. So they're not
Oh,
brand new to me. But they were okay. I don't think that they were anything like super special. The boys both wanted it tonight as well, so we got it again and again. It was tasty, but it's mac and cheese. I liked the truffle mac and cheese best, but I love like truffle fries and stuff like that. So, um, anyway, so that was a little bit of a disappointment to me. Brewing Lab, great. I did go back today, and there's no photo op anymore.
yeah. I heard that people were destroying it.
Lovely. This is why we can't have nice things. That was such a cool photo op. So they had this like, they basically had beakers like stick.
Honeydews.
Yeah. Oh, honeydews.
Yeah.
What?
He's the one that's in charge.
Oh, really? Not Beaker?
No.
Yeah.
Beaker can't really talk.
Well, either way, they had like their lab table and there were cool like ways to like take pictures and stuff with it. It was completely gone tonight, so
Yeah.
that's depressing.
I
Um,
hope they're just like fixing it to put it back out.
I hope so, and if they do, like leave it alone, people. Take your picture and move on with your life.
Yeah. Putting a sign
But
that says "Do not touch."
yeah, for sure. But yeah, so the food in there, obviously it's self-explanatory, but just a bunch of different types of wings. There is a cider in there that's pretty tasty. It's an elderberry cider, and it's from Keel Farms, which is actually in Plant City, so like here in
Oh
Central
yeah,
Florida.
yeah, right there
Yeah.
where that huge boat is.
Yeah, yeah, the boat that doesn't make sense at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was pretty cool to see. I love like local places getting support at stuff like this. So um and yeah, and then we booked it from there. We didn't stop at any of the booths until we got to America, and I had all four of the hot dogs. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I got to try all of them.
how were they?
I really enjoyed them. The actual hot dog, like itself, was super tasty. The buns for each of them were like quality buns, not just like there was like sustenance to them. Um,
Okay.
and then each of them had like distinct flavors. So you have a Chicago style dog, which is has like relish and a pickle, tomatoes, onions. Um,
Bell peppers, or not sport peppers.
yeah, and then mustard.
Poppy seeds and garlic. No, what's it called? Celery salt and
Yeah,
mustard.
so tasty. Chicago style dog is my favorite way to eat a hot dog. I love it so much, particularly like from Portillo's or like I've had a Chicago style dog at a Cubs game in Chicago and it was
Oh,
just
what the heck? That sounds awesome.
ugh, game changing. Um, so that was really tasty. And then they have a Carolina style dog that has chili and coleslaw. And I'm pulling up it right now so I can be specific about it. But it has coleslaw, chili, and yellow mustard. That one I think was my second favorite.
Okay.
I can't eat beans, so this one would have been up there for me if it didn't have beans all over it. But the Southwest style hot dog, it's wrapped in bacon, and that was delicious. And then
Yeah.
it has warm pinto beans, tomatoes, jalapenos, avocado crema, and queso fresco in a French roll. So that I think if I could get that without the beans, I think that would be up there for me for sure. But it's hard when you order from these places because they're not set up to like customize your food for you every single time. Some of them will do it for sure, unless you have a food allergy. Like usually that's the follow-up question. If I say, "Hey, can we get this without this?" They're like, "Is it a food allergy?" And if I say no, sometimes they tell me like, "No, unfortunately, we can't do it." So
Hmm.
I think they try to like turn these out pretty quickly. The next one is the New York style hot dog, and it has sauerkraut, onion, tomato sauce, and spicy mustard in a brioche bun. I'm not gonna lie, every single one of these were super tasty.
I'm
They're
excited
all
to try them.
yeah, they're all a win. And like brilliant for America to do this because America has always had like random dishes for their booth. Why not just stick to the hot dogs? Like
Yeah. Just do a hot dog.
yeah, nothing says America more than a hot dog. Um, so that was really good. Went to Japan, tried their new sushi. I don't know. The way that it's presented in like the pictures looks like it's going to be like fed to you, or not fed to you, but like served to you in this like triangular, like I don't know what the word I'm looking. It almost looks like a taco. When you get it, it was just in like a boat, and so it kind of just like fell apart. And then
Well,
yeah, the seaweed got like very soggy. So it was kind of hard to eat, and then it was kind of chewy, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah, the flavors were delicious, but it didn't like come together that well. Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I had. Oh yeah, then the food in like the new booths that are over by that like that Halloween or Harvest Hollow.
oh yeah, the
Um,
Halloween thing.
Yeah, all the pumpkins. There's a pumpkin ravioli over there. Delicious. I tried the autumn chili today. It's got all different types of meat in it. I wasn't a big fan. It was a little too greasy for me.
Mm.
Um, yeah. But the food booths that are next to the new play area over there are delicious. So big win. That's where I would go if I was going to Food and Wine. I also tried the caramel apple shake from Seasons. Also super tasty. Tastes like fall. Love it. So yeah.
Seasons?
Did I say that right? Yeah, seasons
Where at?
downstairs by
Oh,
like
sunshine seasons.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I feel like there's another one. The old Starbucks location is called
Oh,
something Seasons too. Oh,
shimmering.
Shimmering Sips. Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's not it though. Is
No,
it?
it's not. Shimmering Sips is the one that's like across from
Port of Entry
Traders or Port of Entry or whatever.
yeah. Why can't I think of the name of it? It's like it's where Starbucks was temporarily located, and now you can get
Yeah.
like ice cream cones. There is a new dessert there. It's like a freeze-dried sweet potato mousse. I really want to try it. Swirled showcase.
Swirled Show. Oh, because World Showcase. Swirled. Gotcha. That's fun.
Yeah.
Got a lot of S names over there on that side of the park.
They have cinnamon, apple, and salted caramel soft serve. Mm.
Mm, together.
I'm fully in
Can you get
fall.
those separate?
Yeah, I think so.
That's wild. Just like getting some cinnamon ice cream.
Cinnamon apple?
Was it cinnamon apple? Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you
cinnamon.
just said it was like cinnamon.
No, no, no. Vanilla, cinnamon apple, and then salted caramel. So you could
Oh,
get
okay.
salted caramel or cinnamon apple.
Okay. This makes more sense now.
Anyways, um, I am officially in like fall mode. Like this episode is Happy Labor Day, everybody. Congratulations if you have a
Oh
day
yeah.
off of work today.
Fall mode's what's going to happen to me when I stand up out of this chair to go to sleep.
Which needs to happen soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've officially like everything to me is now fall. Football has been on my television. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party was happening. I had chili and I made pumpkin chocolate chip cookies this weekend, and I watched all kinds of coverage from this is the transition Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror
So how
Nights.
was it? This is like I feel like
It's
this
great.
is your event. Like of all the
Yeah.
events that happen throughout the year, this is where the Tim Tracker, it's like your time to shine.
I loved it. It was a good time.
Is it like one of your comparative to years prior favorite?
People were asking me this. People came up to me and they're like, "Hey, I know you like to be positive and stuff, but like, real talk, this is a disappointment, right?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
What? I didn't
Yeah.
get that vibe from anybody.
Well, I mean, there's like normal day guests,
Oh,
you know?
okay. Well, I
But
mean,
I
like I follow.
think the reason that that came out of that person's mouth was because wait times. I think
Oh,
wait times are wait times have been bad,
like
like
intense.
80 to 100 minutes per
Yeah.
house
Which is a bummer because how long is the event? It's from 6 p.m. till what time?
from 6:30 until 2.
Oh, so a pretty long event.
Yeah, it's long, but like that's still those wait times are too long, you know?
Yeah.
You're not
The
going to be happy with the event. Like even if it's the best house that you've ever gone through, you get super scared waiting for an hour and a half to get into it.
yeah. And they're
No.
not like interesting cues, like from what I was seeing, and I'm sure this is
It's just
typical
like
every
a
year.
line, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Um, why do you think is it because the event has just become that much more popular and that many more people are going to it?
Yeah,
But
there's a lot of people there.
could they limit capacity?
Yeah,
Why don't they?
I think they do. They
Oh.
limit it to a lot.
Do you think that they should like scale that back some, or it's fine the way it
They
is? It's
can't,
just yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
The
The
amount of money
demand
that they put into the event, they need to make that money back.
and the demand is there, so like
Yeah,
why not? Yeah. So like one of your biggest recommendations would probably to pay for Express if you can.
100% pay for
How
express.
much
But
is
it's like
Express?
depends on which ticket you get.
Oh,
And to
like
like,
let's say I was just going one night and I wanted to add Express onto my ticket.
great question. I think it's like
Okay.
$80.
Oh, okay. Okay. How much is a
So,
ticket to HHN? I don't even know.
um, I just did this. Hold on, give me a second here. It's like $100, depending on
Okay.
the night. 100 to
So
150, I think.
like $180 to add Express onto that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's
Fun
like what
fact:
go ahead.
there are different levels of tickets that you can get, like a seasonal ticket. There's one that's called the Rush of Fear, which is the
Mhm.
first 3 weekends,
Yeah.
$180.
Wow.
So like if you don't get express and you just want to like go
And
and do like
stagger it.
two houses, two houses, two houses,
Yeah.
and like you don't mind waiting,
Those prices though seem so much more affordable than like tickets to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
right?
Like the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party's what? Like 120, 130, 140 bucks.
Yeah,
And you're not
160
yeah, and you're
for like
not
Halloween and
getting
stuff.
right. You're not getting express with that, but it's not needed. It's not
Right.
necessary to have like
Well, you're
lightning
not
lanes,
specifically going for rides.
attractions. Yeah. Unless
Yeah,
you
you're
are.
going unless
Yeah.
you are. Like it's an added perk to it.
Right, right,
Like you
right.
can do ride those, but like with Halloween Horror Nights, you're going for
The houses.
there's only four rides open at Halloween Horror Nights.
I would be on those rides the
Rip Ride
entire
Rocket,
time.
Mummy, Gringotts, and Men in Black.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what are your top five houses?
Top five? There's only 10 of them. What are you doing? It's just like
Top
splitting it
three.
down the middle. Top three. I really liked Ghostbusters. I
Okay.
really liked like, and I don't pick scary houses in my
Okay.
top. It doesn't matter. The people, just to give you a baseline, people were losing their minds over Insidious. They're like, can't get scarier than this. This is the scariest house I've ever been in. I went through it multiple times, and I'm just like, this is a normal Halloween Horror Nights house. There were more scares in it, and I would call them barrage scares. I don't know if that's a good term for them or not, but like people coming from this angle and this angle, like one on each side of you and one in front of you. So like that I could understand people being like, yeah, that was scary because they were coming at me from all angles. But like to me, it's still just a Halloween Horror Nights house. There
Right.
wasn't anything, and I think maybe some people are affected by like the fact that these are all demons in this
Yeah,
house.
I
Like,
could not. I would not. I'm going to tell you right now, if I went to Halloween Horror Nights, I would not go in that house.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I'm done.
yeah, yeah,
I draw the line when it comes to like supernatural things like that. I'm like, no, count me out. Miss me with that. And that's okay. So
yeah. You're
I
good.
think from what I heard, you mentioned Ghostbusters. From what I've heard from the internet and the interwebs is that Ghostbusters is themed really, really well. They put a lot of detail into like the set design and
Yeah,
that they did a great job with it. And I've also heard that it's not a bad one for people like myself who are terrified of HHN to go through. It's obviously scary because it's a horror house,
right.
but it's not I've heard it's not that it's not as intense. I've heard it's just more like and maybe because there's IP attached to it, I'm not sure. No, that's not the case because Insidious is also IP and so is A Quiet Place. So
Right.
I think
Well, because
Ghostbusters
it's
itself is not as like it's not as scary horror of a movie.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've heard that that one is like some people can make it through
Yeah.
better,
Yeah. Yeah.
easier, have an easier time with it.
I'll agree with, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat
Hmm.
from Ghostbusters.
I was
Ah.
gonna say, yeah,
No,
sounds on brand for Halloween Horror Nights.
yeah, Ghostbusters was super fun. There are tons upon tons of little Stay Puft Marshmallow guys in there,
Which I love that.
and
That's
they're all little
fantastic.
animatronics.
Yeah, that's so
More
cool.
animatronics in the Ghostbuster house than there is in any other anything anywhere.
I saw videos of them and they were cute.
Yeah, there's like hundreds of them.
Did you try the Stay Puft Marshmallow?
More?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. It was just a s'more. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah,
can't go wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Super fun to look at too.
Okay, wait. So, sorry. Top three houses:
Top three.
Ghostbusters.
I love Ghostbusters, love Monstros.
Oh, okay.
Super
That's
fun
the
to
one
go
that
through.
came from Hollywood.
Yeah. Love Major Sweets, loved Goblin. Because
Okay.
like Major Sweets and Goblin are just like they're pretty fun, like funny houses.
You texted me and told me that I could go through Goblin. That was very like
Yeah.
Harry Potter-esque.
I didn't say it was I didn't mean for it to come across that it's like going
No, no,
through Harry
no.
Potter.
No, no,
You've
no. I
seen
get
goblins in Harry
yes.
Potter,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Still
you know what a
scary.
goblin is.
Yeah.
The goblins are just trying to eat you. Like, there you go. That's
You know
it.
what I think? Like, here's my thing. It's not
Also,
even.
oh man,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna move on. I was like excited to tell you that I really like Triplets of Terror too.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it's good because there's a lot of like numerology in it
Oh,
in the storyline.
what does
So
that
like
mean?
this is like I told you, this is HHN 33, 2014, right?
Right.
The house number when you walk in is 32, 3324. The triplets, there's three of them, one, two, three,
Yeah.
and they were born on March 3rd, 3-3,
Oh. Oh.
and this is March 3rd. Like the house takes place on March 3rd, 2024.
Clever.
So it's 3324.
That's clever.
Yeah, a lot
So
of fun
I
stuff in there.
heard there was confusion about that house though, because people were, are they not fraternal? Are they fraternal twins? They're not identical twins?
Yeah,
Okay.
it says that very loudly in the
Or
beginning of the,
triplets? Does it?
yeah.
So people were
Like,
just weren't paying
so you
attention.
enter in, the first scene you enter in is the first time that they kill,
Uh,
and you're in that scene, and then you go into a true crime podcast, and
oh.
that true crime podcast is like explaining the fraternal twins, Melody, Harmony, and Junior,
Hmm.
are doing this thing.
Here's my thing. I was thinking about this while I was watching all the coverage and I was helping some with work. I was like, I called myself like air traffic control with some of the content that was pouring in. It just, the event, it's not even so much just the houses because, and let me tell you, there were some houses that I watched footage of that I was like, absolutely not. Like, I would never be able to do that. But it's just like, it's the event itself. I don't think I could do it. Like just walking around, watching people walk around like in the scare zones and just hearing random screaming happening throughout the night. I just can't do that. I cannot handle it. It stresses me out. I am I am such, and I think that there are empaths that can go to this event that are fine. They can disassociate. It's pretend, it's play. They have a good time. I watched videos of, and if your children are listening to this, maybe skip a few seconds, of this like torture fair scare zone.
Yeah.
And like they were bringing people out and like obviously not actually torturing them. Like it's all being acted out. But I was watching what they were doing to these people and like I can't handle that. It
Oh,
stuck with me. It legitimately stuck in my brain all weekend. I've had to work so hard to block those images out of my head.
really?
Yeah, I can't do
Maybe
it.
don't go to it then.
I can't
It's
do
not
it.
for you.
No, it's just not. It's just really, that's what it boils down to. It's just like not my type of vibe. And that's okay.
See,
I'm not like, I'm glad that people have fun. I like, people were so excited this weekend and seeing their excitement and also the bonds that like people make and have fun together. I love that kind of stuff. And that's the only time that I feel any sort of like FOMO. I'm not gonna lie. I feel FOMO a lot of times like when creator events happen and I'm like, oh, I wish I could be there. I didn't have that on Friday night. I was just like, good for them. But I
you didn't want to
do.
come in and get some friendship bracelets?
Nope.
We have like some Taylor Swift stuff happening
I
with
did
Cora
see,
and I.
I saw the exchange of friendship bracelets taking place, and I'm totally fine that I missed those friendship bracelets. The food is enticing to me. Some of the food looks like I would want to try it. But that's not enough for me to go there. The Death Eaters in Diagon Alley, I'd be into that. I'd be like,
Really?
yeah, heck yeah. I think they're
There,
creepy, but like I'm familiar with them.
I
Do you know what I
watched
mean?
I watched the Death Eaters for the first time yesterday,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, so they're just like spooky mimes because they don't talk. They
Right.
just
Yeah.
like do this. They're like
They're like in your face. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
doing this thing where
Wands.
they're
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
wanding at things.
I'm fine with
They
that.
like the show that I watched, they were pulling people out of the audience and they were like having them stand in front of everybody. And then they like took and they like narrowed it down to one person. They had like four of them up there and they took three of them and like stood them in a corner. And then there was one left. And then they like did a spell and like some fog came out. And then that was it. They're like, all
Yeah.
right, everybody else leave. And I was like, why did you put those three in the corner?
Feels like a waste of time.
Yeah, I was like, what's happening here? And then they were just like hanging out, like
Uh,
leaning on a corner, like fawns.
oh, jeez.
And I was like, look at these guys.
Yeah, I don't know. That I could handle. But I don't.
Here's
I
what you
just.
need to do.
Mm,
If you ever feel inclined and you want to go,
uh-huh.
we go together.
Yeah.
We go through the scare zones and you let the characters interact with me. And you see how ridiculous it is,
Well, I watched a video of you. I think it was on your social media where you just like were talking to them or something.
right?
Yeah. But I'm not gonna walk through the scare zone. I know you can't avoid them. I'd walk on the sidewalk the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't. I thought about it a lot. I put a lot of thought into whether or not like watching everybody's coverage on Friday night, like, okay, Nick, could you actually do this? And if you went, what would you do? And it was just like, I don't think I can. Like, I just, watching the coverage itself made me feel so like uneasy in terms of just like I just feel stressed watching it. Like I cannot imagine walking around a theme park listening to people scream in random times in random places. That stresses me out.
I do have to say, there was a lot of like baby death this year, and I was like, come on, guys,
I
we're done with
can't.
this baby death.
Nope, can't do that. I cannot do any. I watched it was the house I think it was Slaughter Cinema. I saw a lot of coverage from Slaughter Cinema. Is there a Mardi Gras scene in Slaughter Cinema?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw that and just watching this guy get like quote unquote stabbed like while sitting on the couch. I was just like,
Oh,
no, I can't witness these things.
oh yeah. No, it's even worse in between the stabbing scenes because he's throwing up,
Yeah, saw that. And does it
and
smell like it?
yeah, but they like spray you with water too.
No, oh gosh, no.
Like he leans over and he's like, "Bleh, bleh," and then like water sprays out of the table at you, and you're like, oh
No.
man, I just got barfed on.
Why is that fun?
Oh, I mean like because it's funny.
I will say.
It's not actually barf. It's just water.
I know. I would hope that they don't have like an endless supply of barf that they're
Yeah.
spraying onto people. Um,
Maybe next year they will.
yeah, it's just not my vibe. It's not for me, and that's okay. It doesn't, and not everything has to be for everybody. And you know what? I'm not gonna like. I'm happy that people have a good time. Like I want people to have fun for sure, but it's just not Nick's type of fun.
Right.
I think again though, I like watching a lot of. I got to watch a lot of like footage from a lot of the houses, because we had media there for work, and the Jaws, like these are obviously spoilers, but if people are listening this far in, then they know that some of this stuff's gonna be spoiled. But the Jaws scene looked really cool in Slaughter Cinema.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was called Blood Chum.
yeah, I know it wasn't actually Jaws, but a little like crossover. Um, And then I'm trying to think if there's other things that I saw that like I thought looked cool. I had no idea who the grabber was.
Oh yeah, he's the guy. He grabs people,
Yeah,
kids.
yeah. No, it's
It's okay.
terrible.
He gets arrested at the end of the movie.
Well, that's good.
Spoiler alert. Yeah,
At the expense of how many children?
it was only like 10 maybe.
Oh my God, it's awful.
But those 10 help the one, so their ghosts hang out, call him on the phone,
Mm,
and then that's how they're like, this is how you get out. They each like had a different way of getting out
oh,
or trying to get out, and so they like combined all of their different processes to get this
interesting.
kid out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I go to theme parks to try to escape the evils of the world. And so I just don't, it's just not for me. And that's okay.
I will
But
tell you this.
I'm glad you had fun.
I went to, yeah, it was a really good time.
Good.
But I went to Jen and I both went to the Premium Scream event on Thursday,
Yeah, that
which
looked like it was
was $350 a person,
yeah.
and it was amazing.
Yeah, it looked
It
empty.
was empty. It was unlimited food, all of the themed food you could get and try. Mel's Drive-In was open, Springfield was open, and I think Louis was open. And you could just walk in and like, here's how wild it was. It was like if I needed water and I was near Springfield, I would go into Springfield and just open up the cooler and grab a bottle of water and leave.
Huh.
Like you don't have to go to the cash register. There wasn't anybody at the cash register, and like you just say like I'm doing it. I'm taking this water.
Do
They're
you
like,
feel like for
okay.
somebody who may be intimidated some by it, that would be, do you think, well, first of all, I saw some people say like they don't think they'll ever do that again because it was so like empty.
Yeah.
But if they did do it again, would that be a good like opportunity for someone who would be maybe a little bit more intimidated by the event to go to because
Nope.
it's you think it's more intense?
Yeah, because they send you through. We went through a bunch of houses by ourselves, and then um, the scare zones towards the end of the night. Because what happened was everybody came right at the beginning, and they all went around. They did stuff, and the food lines were pretty long in the beginning, and then they died down, and nobody was in the food lines at the end of the night. And then the same thing with the houses is people like started in the back and worked their way forward. And so like by the end of the night, the back houses were just empty, nobody back there at all. And then at the really end of the night, everybody was done. Like by midnight, everybody was like, "All right, well, I had enough of this. I'm going home now." But it was still open until 2. So from like midnight to 2, you could go through scare zones by yourself.
Oh,
And like
jeez.
the scare actors coming through were like, "Yeah, all right, somebody here to interact
Finally.
with."
Yeah.
And so like Jen took this picture of me in Demon Queens with like 7 scare actors around me,
Oh my
just
gosh.
like all waiting for a chance to like
Waiting to
do
scare
their thing,
somebody. Yeah.
you know? Yeah. But like you couldn't, I guess you could still get scared, but like the people that were going to the Premium Scream event probably weren't there to be
Right.
like, you know, like the teenagers that go and like are yelling the whole time,
Right, right, right.
you
Yeah.
know?
The people that were there were interested in the event, like capturing the event and all that kind of stuff, for sure.
Not even just capturing, but like they were fans, big
Right.
fans of the event.
Right, 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 right. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No,
but
they're
we
not just in it
also,
for the thrill. It's more like
right,
the like design
the
and
artistry and stuff
yeah.
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So the Premium Scream event, I really hope they do it again, but I think the next time they do it, if they do it again next year, it's not going to be as nice as it was this year because nobody bought tickets for it.
Right, right.
We kept hearing that it was going to be maxed out at or capped out at this, and they only sold this many tickets. And like the fact that they didn't sell a lot of tickets to it is what made it great.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
had sold the amount that they originally had planned on, it would still be pretty great, but it would be less great.
Right, right, right. Yeah.
So I don't know if it happens again next year after like all of the coverage of people that were there, and then like Universal's like, oh yeah, there's like a lot of like people excited about this thing for next year. We should do it again. I think we'll actually sell tickets. They might like up the capacity
Yeah.
to try to get more, and they might like
Maybe take away
might
like
raise the price.
right. Or like not make it as much food options for people or something
Right.
like that. Yeah.
So, but
That's cool though.
if they could cap it at the same amount that we had this year,
Hmm.
even though it wasn't the amount that they wanted to sell, raise the price, yeah, but cap it at as low as it was, it would be the perfect Halloween Horror Nights event
That's cool.
because it's
That's awesome.
cheaper than an R.I.P. tour. You get food included, unlimited food, unlimited non-alcoholic drinks, as you include the mocktails, and like short wait times at all the houses.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Did
Like
that
it was literally the best way that I've ever experienced Halloween Horror Nights.
so you would prefer that over your RIP tour as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that the R.I.P. tour is fantastic about is learning more
Yeah.
about the event.
From the tour guides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
like
cool.
you can go into a whole bunch of houses and you can go in a whole bunch, but then you're still like in some food is included, but like you get like a reception beforehand and then you get you have to go into La Bamba in like the middle to get more food, but it's not like this where it's just like whatever food you want.
Yeah.
Like you want a crusty burger, go get a crusty burger. You want to try the Marshmallow Man? Here's 10 of them,
That's
you
really
know?
cool. That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have the Ropa Vieja walking taco?
No, because when we went there, it was the end of the night and they're like, "We're making it. It's going to be like another hour." And the event
Oh.
was like ending in an hour.
Oh no, that's a
So
bummer.
we
Yeah.
got the vegan one,
Oh, okay.
which I
I
think was
really
just like
that
beans,
one fascinates me. That's the one thing I want to try. I just want someone to meet me at the gate and just hand me a walking taco through the gate.
right?
Thank, thanks. I'm going to City Walk now.
I'm gonna try it the next time that we go. I'm gonna try it, but
Let me know.
yeah, we didn't get to get that one. I did get the hot dog with the beans on it right there, which was really good.
Okay. There was also like corn dogs, but some of the corn dogs didn't have actual hot dogs in them.
Well, they do.
The cheesecake one
They're
didn't, right?
oh yeah, it's not a corn dog then. It's just cheesecake on a stick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one
But
was not good.
yeah, that's what I heard. Is that the one with the
Yeah,
bugles?
yeah,
Yeah, but the other one looked tasty. It had like Cheetos and stuff in it.
yeah. It was good, but it was like a lot. There was a lot of breading on it,
Oh,
and it does take like a little bit of it's a little bit of an acquired taste for a, or you have to know what you're getting into when you get a Korean corn dog, because Korean corn dog is little hot dog, cheese, little hot dog.
right, right,
So
right,
it's not a continuous hot dog.
right, right, right.
And people will take that first bite and they'll get that entire hot dog in the first bite and they're like, What is this? There's no
Yeah,
hot dog in this."
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
So you
not a
just have to
typical
like
corn dog.
wait till you get to the bottom.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's cool. That's exciting. So top three houses. You didn't list a specific three. You really just listed a
Well,
bunch of different ones.
yeah, let me tell you this too though before I move on, because I wanted to remember this. The Quiet Place
Oh
food
yeah.
location is awesome because aside from the people that are taking your order at the cash register, none of the team members talk.
Oh,
Everybody stays completely silent. They have to like use hand signals to tell you to show them your ID if you get an alcoholic drink.
interesting.
Um, the person that is take you know how like at Food and Wine they like take your ticket and they like read it and they're like, two hamburgers all day or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They don't do that. There's drawings on the countertop and they point to the drawings to tell the chef
Interesting.
what to make.
Because they're like in
Yeah,
theme for the movie.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And like it's weird. It's weirdly quiet back there with like the entire like kitchen area is just quiet.
And aren't you encouraged not to scream inside of that house?
They tell you not to. It's not like
Yeah.
they're like,
Well, yeah, yeah,
do it.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no.
But
But
they're
like
like,
in order to
gotta
like,
stay quiet.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In order to like get into the theming of the movie. I've never watched
Yeah,
any
and
of those movies before.
they do use sign language in the first part of the house.
That's
And
cool.
it is quiet. There's not a lot of noises in there aside from the crying babies and the monster thing,
Can't
which
do
I
that.
guess is that's I haven't seen the second one, but I guess that's the storyline is that they decide to have a second kid even though or they're like having a second kid and all this is going down.
Yeah. I don't full like I've never seen it, but I kind of understand the premise of the show. Like there's like monsters attacking and they have to be quiet. And if they're not
Yeah,
quiet,
they have to
that's what like
they
attracts
like
the monster or
are
whatever.
blind, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
like they can't see you, but if
Yeah.
they hear you, then they're like, "Ah, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna eat you for some reason."
I have to mentally prepare myself to watch those types of movies. Like even Stranger Things, I have to like really hype myself up for. So,
Yeah.
but well, that's good. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad that like your time to shine has arrived. I know that like I know so many people look to you specifically for information on this event because they know how much you care about it. So it's been cool just to like see you thriving throughout the weekend for sure.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
So, what are your top three houses?
I don't know that I can make any sort of judgment call on
Um,
that.
yeah, it
I
all
really
depends on
love
what I
the Booty
just did,
Parade. And
really. I
what's your
really
favorite
had a
scare zone?
great oh, that's a good question. What's my favorite scare zone? I
Because you've
really like
got,
Torture Fair. Torture Fair is fun because they like the people come around and they like talk to you,
yeah.
you know?
Torture Fair, and then there's Blumhouse, right?
Yeah,
And then
enter the Blumhouse.
Demon
Demon
Queens.
Queens.
Yeah.
There's the Duality of Fear, which is a scare zone, but it's not. It's like the entrance to the park. There's like chainsaws there, and Sinister and Surreal are up there.
Oh yeah, I saw them. A lot of people were saying they look
Mhm.
like Power Ranger villains.
Oh, I think you might be thinking of somebody else.
No, the sisters, the witches, or whatever they are.
Yeah, they definitely don't look like Power Ranger villains to me. The people in Torture Fair look like Power Ranger villains.
Oh, really?
Like,
Maybe I was mistaken. No, because I think it was the opening. The opening is it Scaremony or whatever they call it.
yeah.
That's who
Did
came
they
out there,
have,
right?
yeah, was there a Power Ranger villain that was like robed with human flesh?
I don't know. I think it's because people were seeing them from a distance. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So Sinister, right,
human
is
flesh.
horrors. Yeah,
Yeah, no big deal.
Sinister is horrors of the body, physical pain,
Oh,
right? Physical horrors.
uh-huh.
And her scare zone is Torture Fair. And so, and then Surreal is tortures or horrors of the mind. and she's got demon queens.
I thought it was cool to know that was it like Eternal Monsters or something like that. That was like all female led. Like the that like
Oh yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Bloodline.
all the like monsters in there are females, and then
The
it
entire
was
cast is females.
yeah, and then also like whoever like I don't know what the proper terminology for it is, but whoever like directed it or put it together, whoever designed it was they were all female as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
It's cool. It's a cool storyline in there too,
Yeah.
because she is the last of her bloodline, the Van Helsing bloodline,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
then
She like kills monsters or whatever, right?
she kills monsters, and then she's hunting this werewolf, a she-wolf,
Hmm.
and in that, uh, Frankenstein himself gets killed by this she-wolf, and so now Bride is angry at this she-wolf,
Hmm.
and Van Helsing and the Bride join forces.
Huh,
Yeah,
that
and
sounds fun.
then spoiler alert: Van Helsing does not make it.
Oh no.
But good news, she's got a friend in the Frankenstein family.
So she can put her back, come bring her back to life or something?
She could. That didn't happen at the end, but like
Oh.
I'm feeling the illusion in there.
So maybe
I
that's a
feel
house next year or something.
yeah, it'd be pretty great.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I do also appreciate the way that Universal like builds upon itself with some of these houses and the storylines. Like I know that like the Candy, whatever it's called.
Oh, Major Sweets, yeah.
Yeah, like that was a scare zone last year or something, and this is like the origin story of that scare zone. That's what I
Yep.
heard. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's really cool.
We find out more about the character and that Major Sweets was not really the one who was causing all the havoc. He was just a puppet.
Oh, there's like another villain.
Yeah, mistreats.
Ooh. I will say in Slaughter Cinema, I don't appreciate what they did to Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I do not want them to be represented in that way.
Uh, sorry.
Yeah, offended. As a lover of the holidays, that is not acceptable to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, no. Again, I'm glad that a lot of people have had fun. I mean, even people I know a lot of people that are there tonight. Technically tonight's the official third night of Halloween Horror Nights because the first one
Yeah.
was sort of a preview on Thursday night. But it's cool. I do like seeing the community that is like built out of it for sure. So
It's the community that horror built.
happy for you guys. Love that for you so much. Um, well, I think that's it. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Did you have anything else specific you wanted to share from the event?
No, there's
Okay.
so much more, but
Yeah.
I can spend all day talking about it.
Maybe
So
we'll do like a special, probably not because we don't
I
have
was like,
time for
I
it.
don't know when we're doing this special thing.
Maybe we can try to squeeze in like a special Patreon episode or something regarding Horror Nights. We'll
Yeah,
see. It'll come
where
later
Nick
though.
goes to Horror Nights
No.
and he goes through. Which one would you go through? Ghostbusters?
If I had to pick right now, like Nick, you have to go through one of these houses, I'd pick Ghostbusters.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. But good news is I don't have to do that.
You don't have
So,
to do it.
next week's episode, stay tuned. We're working on a special plan for that one, so stay tuned on that. And
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be fun. But thank you for joining us so late. Me so late. I know it's
Yeah.
you're exhausted. It's
Right.
time for you to go
I
to bed.
really am.
You need to sleep. And rest as much as you can. I'm very excited for you. Best of luck. Everybody in the comments wish Tim best of luck on his first ever half marathon, right? You've never done a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
so
I've never
excited
done
for
half.
you. I so wish that I was going to be there to cheer you on.
I'm
But
very scared.
oh,
I'm
you've
not
got
scared, I'm
this.
nervous.
You've got this.
Well, so I have a broken toe right now.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I stubbed it on the side of the bed.
At Halloween Horror Nights or at
No,
Universal?
just in my house,
Oh no.
you know, and it's super swollen right now and
Tim,
it
what the
hurts a
heck? You
lot.
can't do a half marathon.
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
I'm gonna be worried.
I gotta tape it up,
Oh God.
you know.
You're about to run so much next weekend.
Yeah, yeah,
And you walked on it all weekend.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, dear
I've
Lord.
been running on it.
Oh, God.
That's why I'm ending my running career, is what I said.
This is your finish.
Yeah, I'm just destroying my foot.
You won't have a toe left, but you'll
Yeah,
at least have a half marathon medal. Oh, Timothy.
it's good. It'll
Well,
be fun.
yeah, that sounds great. Get some
Yeah,
rest, bud.
I'm gonna try to.
Okay. Thank
Gotta
you
go
all
to sleep.
so much for tracking with us. Wish
Well,
Tim the best.
yeah, save me.